Hey guys, we've had some really great feedback about the screencast that I put up last week. So I'm going to be working my hardest to push out as many of these as possible for everyone. Today I want to talk about why you shouldn't shorten your list after taking drawdowns. It's been no secret that in the last month and a half it's been pretty tricky for our swing trading strategies. Pretty much every swing trader I know is taking drawdown, including Amy and myself. So if you are in drawdown, don't stress too much. It's the nature of the beast to take 2 steps back before taking the next 3 steps forward. December and January were huge for us, and so I told a lot of guys then to enjoy the profits while they're lasting because no doubt we're going to be taking 2 steps backwards shortly. And the same applies now in reverse. We've had a terrible month and a half, but no doubt the 3 steps forward is just around the corner. So one of the emails that we're receiving a lot lately is my yen pairs are performing really badly. Should I remove them all so that I can concentrate on my pairs that are working? Now it's a fairly logical way of thinking. Obviously, if something's not working for you, change it, get rid of it, change it, do something better with it. And in everyday life, that's a pretty good way to live actually. But in trading, it's probably just about the worst thing you can do. So here's the thing. If you're trading 5 yen pairs that are all performing badly and you delete them, well, when the market starts to run again, you won't have those pairs to make up for the losses that you've made with them. So a lot of people say, oh, I'll just delete my yen pairs and I'll be fine then because they're the ones that are losing. The fact is, you've already made the losses on the yen pairs, so you're going to need them to make the profits when the market begins to run again. So think about this: if you're in a war or something and you were losing, you wouldn't go and send half or a quarter of your troops back home. You need them on the field, even if they're not performing well at the time and you guys are on the back foot. You need the troops there to win the war eventually. And if you're persistent enough, you will, and you need as many as you can. Now, I'm not saying go and add currencies to your list because that's not a good thing to do either. But if anything, you're better off adding pairs now than removing pairs. You've had a bad run. You need your troops there. You need your currencies there to come to fight back for you. So fight back for your account when the market starts to run again. So that's a little metaphor I came up with that I really wanted to share with everyone because a lot of people are a bit stressed at the moment. A lot of people are talking about removing pairs, changing strategies, and all this. And it's really the worst thing you can do. The best thing that you can do during these times is just remain completely consistent and just remove your emotions. Just you need to. It sounds counterintuitive, but you almost need to care less. Like be careless about what happens, especially with your account balance and your running trades. Just don't worry about it. That's what I found gets me through it. I pretend that my account's a demo account still, and that seems to suit me quite well. There's actually an article on the website that you guys have probably already read. The newer students would have read this because it's been in the course, but for your older guys, I only put this on about like a month or two ago. So I'll show you where to find it, and you should definitely read through it if my internet feels like working. All right, while we wait for that to load, I'll show you some trades that I've been looking at on the yen. Soon as we've been talking about the yen, I wanted to show you some pretty cool setups. So you can see here the euro yen, I've got 2 lines drawn, and I just wanted to show you where my lines were drawn just to see if anyone else had similar ones drawn in. The downward sloping line you can see here is a classic case of what was resistance becomes support. So you can see here that price couldn't get through it. Eventually price did break, and now it's already supported price 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 times already. So that's a classic case of that. So right where price is now, we've got some pretty good support. And now with this upward sloping line, you can see that it has pushed price away from quite a number of times in the past and in the distant past as well. This is April last year, so that line's pretty strong too. So right where price is now in euro yen is quite a lot of support. What makes this trade not so good is the 50 EMA right here. That's naturally going to act as a point of resistance. And so if you go long right into there, the trade will only have a couple of pips to move until the 50 could ruin your show. Another thing that would make it better is if we had bullish MACD divergence, which we don't at the moment. And then the same thing is present on Swiss yen. Yeah, Swiss yen's got some pretty neat support as well with these lines. I'll just show you them, leave them on my screen so you guys can compare them to your lines to see if you've got the same ones drawn in. It's pretty much the same thing. They haven't triggered today. If you did put orders on, they wouldn't have triggered yet today. But it's under the 50, which works against the trade. It's not the best thing, and we don't really have MACD divergence. But I just thought I'd show you that anyway. my site isn't working. I still wanted to show you this article. If I can't get to it, not to worry. It's in lesson 6 and it's called Changing Your Trading Routine. If you haven't read it, I strongly recommend having a read through of it. It will change the way you think about wanting to alter your currency list. And I think that is a pretty valid point, pretty valid topic at the moment, really. So that just about wraps it up for what I have to share with you today, but I'll be sure to be putting more of these videos on in the not too distant future. So if you have anything in particular that you want me to discuss, or Amy, I'm trying to get her on board as well, trying to get her to push out some videos. If you want anything discussed on these videos, just let us know, email or Facebook, and we will be working on them as much as we can. All right, guys, I will be checking out and I'll talk soon.